here. Thank you for those who are watching the replay. We're excited because we are about 4 or 5 days away from our event on Sunday, the 29th. We are talking about the nature of the construct. We've been talking about it all month, and we got some really good stuff cooking. So if you haven't gotten your ticket yet, please join us there. So today, we're going to talk about how we are actually all master manifestors, every single one of us, right? We're talking about it. We all manifest all the time extremely, extremely well. So the question here is, if you're a master manifester, and you don't like what you're seeing in your life, what do you do, right? So I'm going to open that up to the crew.
All
Who
right.
wants to take it? All right.
Who wants to start?
Who wants to start?
Well, yeah, it is true. Like people chase after this idea that they need to go learn how to like manifest. And that's always the buzzword, right? We call it manifesting for the most part. And you don't actually, it's not so much that you need to learn how to like the the mechanics behind it, because you're constantly doing it anyway. You just kind of forgot that you do this. Like when you were a kid, if you think back to times where you really, really wanted something and then it just seemed to fall in your lap, even though your parents didn't want you to get it, if you ever had one of those, like that was you doing that. Like you do it constantly. Even right now, you're doing it constantly. It's just that the process is pulled into the background throughout your life because, well, there's souls here with a vested interest in you keeping it an unconscious thing. So it's not so much about learning how to manifest. It's like you already do it. How can I make this benefit my reality and make me feel more fulfilled? I would say. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Yeah. I would definitely agree with that because it's everything seems to be set up as something that we have to acquire rather than realize or go and chase after instead of allow to flow. It's always from this state of having or not having rather than being and then expressing. And if we just make that shift to realizing that that's something that we already do, it's like if I said, let me teach you how to breathe. It's like you already breathe. Now, could you breathe in a more effective way? Sure. Could you breathe with purpose and consciously to do certain things and to take your breath in certain places? Sure. The same goes for manifestation for me. It's like you're already manifesting as your days unfold in front of you. It's something that you manifested from the moments before. Where is that piece where you start being like a direct controller of how that unfolds and what that looks like and how that feels? And it's more, instead of telling people step A, step B, it's more once they get into the realization that they're doing it anyway, then it takes away that piece that they're having to be taught anything. It's more realize you're doing it anyway.
Yeah,
And
just
now do it
becoming aware of it.
consciously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that for me? That's the piece for me.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Corey?
Um, so there's a saying that I've heard and I love it. It's whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right.
Yeah, I
And
love
I
that one.
think that kind of sums up manifestation in a nutshell. Um, just like everyone else has said, you're doing this all day, every day, all the time. You're manifesting. Every thought becomes a potential reality. Um, and then it's your emotions that drive those thoughts, or the emotions behind those thoughts that drive it into that basically takes where your reality is and curves it into that reality, or curves it further away from that reality. So understanding, I don't teach. I wouldn't teach manifestation anymore in terms of steps one, two, three, because you're right. All this stuff is already inside of you, and you're already doing it. So really, the key is: do you recognize what you're doing? Do you recognize how you're manifesting, and if you're manifesting what you potentially want to see? Because all of us, the question is, if we're all manifesting anyway, why is it that you don't like what you see in your reality? And
Mm.
so, um, if you're not liking what you see, then chances are you're manifesting from a place of scarcity, um, doubt, fear, all of those things that we've all talked about that keep you from being in your higher frequencies. So I think that's super important as we go through this conversation, and really it's going to be more in depth at the event. So I'm telling y'all right now, if you haven't bought your tickets, you need to buy it, because at the end of the day, we're going to give you all the understanding so that you can go within and change the circum. Ain't no point in being an ascended master if your experience doesn't change. What's the point? Like, are you really an ascended master? Are you really awake? Or do you really know? If you're not actively changing your experience, then how are you a god? Because gods do what they want. So if you're not happy with your experience, you need to know the nature of this place, how it works, and then ultimately that's going to help you learn how to, like Shem said, be the manifestation you want to see, not so much work so hard to make it happen. Like
Right.
in
Yeah.
the
It's not work.
yeah, it's in the beginning it is, because you don't
Well,
know what you
sure.
don't
Yeah.
know, right? In the beginning you don't know what you don't know. So it's like, oh, I didn't know I should have changed my emotions and do all this stuff. But then once you know that, at some point it's time to stop hearing other people talk about it and start putting it into practice. Like I
Right.
went to
Now that you
college.
know, what do you do with it?
Yeah, right. I went to college. There's a, you go in class and you learn theory, and then you got to learn practical application. So we teaching the theory, and ultimately you got to decide whether you want to apply the theory so that it can start changing your experience.
Yeah. You know what? Like Corey said, get your tickets. We'll get more in depth about even the idea of manifesting from a multidimensional perspective as well, what it means.
Mhm.
But
And if
for
you're
now,
really hung up on, sorry, just real, if
yeah,
you're hung
yeah,
up
yeah,
on
go ahead,
something, that's the time too. Like you get to ask us about it. So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if you
yeah,
got something you're stuck on, like that's the perfect time
yeah,
for it.
yeah.
So but for now, I would just talk about here this current reality. And part of because Corey mentioned about the construct nature of the construct and knowing what it is and understanding how your body reacts, and how in sync you are with the what people see as the universe.
Mhm.
And and the understanding of what we are, not who we are, not this idea of the identity and be stuck with, who we think we are, but what we are, how we work, how the body work, and what's taking place when you're trying to manifest and why it's not working. Because memory, we only see memory from a brain perspective, but we don't often realize how our nervous system tend to store data. So whatever beliefs you have and you hold on to gets stored in different ways, and that has a big impact in your
Mhm.
ability to manifest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
how do you feel in your body when a bill that you feel that you can't pay comes through the post and you read it? How does it make you feel? What's that first reaction? Is it panic? What's that feeling that goes over your vessel? What state does it put you in?
Mhm.
All of these things manifest a certain unfolding. And these are the things, these are the slight little nuances that you begin to become aware of once you master this. Because now you're aware of it, you know how to react to it. Now you're aware of how do you flinch? A lot of these things out here are designed to have you flinching
Mhm.
all the time.
Mhm.
The threat, then the flinch. And this is the whole villain arc thing I'm saying. Like, if you could talk about the they all you want, but they're pretty much good at what they're doing. Okay.
Mhm.
They got everybody discombobulated left, right, and center. And all they need to do is send you a bill or something that with your name on top, a piece of paper with your name on top and a number at the bottom, and you're thrown for weeks on end, to the point of sometimes asking yourself, is it worth it? Is this life worth it? That's a piece of paper with your name and a number attached. If you remove yourself from it, if you just look at it from your Godhead and listen to your God voice, do you see what
It's
it
a little
is?
silly, isn't it?
And as much as we
If you can
have
pull
to,
back.
yeah. And some things have to be answered from that voice. And the mastery of that, you being able to like your reality, like what it is you see, enjoy what it is you see, is operating from that God voice instead of from just your vessel, because your vessel will just react to all of these sensory things, that the sensory input, the letter that comes through, the phone call from the debt collector, or whatever other thing that they think that they're gonna put in to discombobulate you at any given time. It's that returning to self. It's that returning to that empowered self.
To your point, what you just said about the bill, it's very interesting because this is a part of the system we still indulge in, and then we just wonder why we can't manifest. But it's part of the ability to respond to what's taking place. And I think one of it comes back to unconditional love and the absence of judgment. Because even the so-called they, maybe there's few things we can learn from them. They're obviously using something that we're part of that works to the benefit. And the idea is kind of reverse engineer that concept and then, in a way so it can serve you, but truly serve you.
Right. Especially if you're more left brained in your way of approaching the world. That'll help a lot. If you can like get rid of the bad and the good and like, okay, fine, you can recognize that, just pull that aside. Like, what's working here though? What am I missing that they're doing that I'm not, or thinking that I'm not, or however it is? Like there's value there, right? So
Yeah. What do they have us thinking or doing that is working, that is not serving me,
Yeah.
that has me going against my inner knowing?
I think one of the number one things that's been taking place is miseducation, where we don't understand where we are, the actual nature of the construct. That's the number one things you would do. I mean, if I wanted to win a game, I wouldn't want people to understand the rule of the game, right?
right.
That's not gonna be the first things I'm gonna do, which trying to explain to them how the game really, really work. I might give you a sense of fairness by telling you a few things that are true, and for the most part, I think I'll keep it for myself. Like if I was to play that role,
Yeah.
you know, and
So,
and and it's part of the reality.
so I'm gonna take it a step further. If I want to win the game, I'm gonna convince you the game is real.
Yep.
The truth is, it ain't even real. Like, and if we get down to the foundation of all of this, is that a lot of people have not detached themselves from. They have not come to the understanding this is just an experience. And until you get to that point, you are going to always be scared of the bill coming in the mail because you
Right.
think the bill in the mail carries real
So
consequences
you
when
think
it don't.
this is all it is,
Yeah, and
right? Like,
as long as you think this is it,
yeah.
then you will always be drugged emotionally from left to right by the experience you agreed to come here and have.
What
So,
what you're saying actually is very relevant. Actually, even though you're saying that basically some people didn't realize that it's the game and real. The whole point is you often see people starting saying, "Oh, fuck it, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna
yeah.
give up." Basically, but the whole point of this, it's actually to play the game, even if it's a fake game. You're
Mhm.
part of it anyway, whether you like it or not. You're all
Right.
in it. So what I found out often happen is because people don't understand the nature of the construct, what they attempt to do, it's to throw the baby with the bathwater. So they
Mhm.
don't really say to themselves, well, you know what can I learn? They find it really hard to extrapolate,
Mhm.
you know, what's still, beneficial to them.
Right. They go straight for the
So
nihilism angle. Like,
Mhm.
yeah,
nothing
or
matters. This is stupid. I don't care anymore, or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
escapism. So here's the thing. Truth is, unless you decide to voluntarily go, you still have to go through that experience. So I'm like, why make it shitty? You might as well learn, make it exciting to learn about what's there, specifically if you don't know about it. Because at the end of the day, you have to respond to that experience you're creating. You have to
But
feel
I
for it.
agree with that. But also at the same time, you have to know it's not real, because if you don't know it's not real, then you're not going to know that you can change it, because you're going to be presented with things, and you're not. Most people, if you come into the stuff we teaching, it's probably because there's something you don't know about it yet. Like, let's just be real. You come into us to learn.
Right. Like
And
there's a
that's what we're
piece
here to
missing.
do, to teach. There's a piece missing.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that piece is, you got to start again. It's not so much you want to leave the experience. It's so much, it's understanding that, like a video game, if I know it's a game, I know I can play it. And I know that there are no consequences of wrong decisions or right decisions. Like, that's irrelevant. The fact is that if I want to beat this game, I'm in control. But I can't be in control if I don't know it's a game, right? If I think that these things are happening to me and I'm just this, there's a God man punishing me, or a devil man punishing me, or I'm just so super unlucky. There's superstition surrounding me. If you don't understand that all of this is not real, then there's a part of you that's always going to be seeking to be saved by something or somebody. And it's hard for you to take charge of your own experience, because you don't even realize that you can manipulate the experience, because it's not even real in the first place.
Right. It's very
That's
disempowering.
basically what I'm saying.
Right?
It's a certain empowerment that comes with knowing, like, bro, I can do what I want to do.
Well,
like,
the thing what I've noticed though, I think the game in itself is not real, but the experience become real depending on how you've decided to perceive it. So what I realized, what happened is, people, even when you tell people it's a game, they don't really get that you've got the game and you've got the experience, and the experience is so to a certain extent the actual experience has its own reality in terms of what you've created. It's a creation, because it's all creations. But what I've noticed is people get lost in the source often. They find it hard to differentiate what's real and what's not real, and they get trapped into that loop. So my point is, although the game is not real and it's something we came to use up in order to get this experience at the end of the day, after that, you're going to integrate it. So I think that once you understand that you're creating something and you integrate it, you then begin to be able to manipulate it, because you're conscious of what you're creating through that game that is not real.
Well, and that's why it's important to see where your joys and passions lie, right? Because you touched on a good point. You can't take it with you when you go. Usually people say that when they're talking about money or something material, which is true. But you're having the experience, and the experience does go with you when you go. Like, that's the kind of the whole point of the thing. You're on the ride for the experience, right? You're not on there, for the sake of money, for the sake of money or whatever, unless you do feel that way. I would suggest that's an error or distortion. But the experience itself, if you do seek out your passions and joys, is going to be a much more fulfilling, much more memorable, much more complete experience, right? So staying conscious of the fact that you're manifesting constantly and seeking more of those things, you don't have to have like the whole everything mapped out, ready to go. Like, just look for just
that
look for
defeats the purpose.
what makes you happy right now. Like, pretend that you're 12 for 5 seconds. What would be cool right now to go do? Like, just think like that for just a moment, and that's where it is, man. It's that easy, and at the same time seems that difficult.
Because part of the game is you must become a grown-up. You must leave those childish things behind.
You put down those childish things.
Like your imagination, like your intuition, like your instinct, like all the things that help you navigate and master your experience here. Like, as a kid, you kind of had it down pat as far as making.
You already had it figured out.
But you had it figured out. You just unlearned the shit. Okay. for whatever reason society told you, or a moment told you, and another experience made you believe that you had to put that down in order to get something more effective. And that's why it's that return to self. It's that return to your God voice. It's that return to the inner knowing that allows you to navigate so you can get some joy from this. I mean, what would really be the point if it's not joyful?
Right.
If it's not expansive? If it doesn't expand your awareness in some way, shape, or form? What would we really, what are we here for?
Right. You it's okay to get something out of this. Like,
it's okay. It's okay to enjoy it.
Being selfish is not inherently bad. Like, as long as you're not pushing other people down while you're pulling yourself up, like self-aggrandizement, something else. But if you just, God forbid, pardon the expression, you have a joyful experience and just, enjoy life. Like, that's okay.
Like a pull-up. Do
Right,
a pull-up. You don't have to stand on someone's head to just do a good pull-up.
Right, or go get a box or a bucket and flip it over. Like, whatever you
whatever. But just don't stand on anyone's head to do so. Like,
But
just...
you don't have to.
Then again, it doesn't make you selfish. That's probably also another thing as well. Is how we perceive the meaning of these words. Like, we thinking, okay, it's me doing things for me. It's like me being selfish.
Right. Well, that's part of the programming too, right? You're that's knocked out of your head when you're a kid, right? Because when you're a kid, you're naturally that way. But then your parents or society is like, oh, don't be so, you can't be selfish, leave some for somebody else or something like that.
Right? Like there's not enough for everybody.
Right.
Like we're all running after the same thing. If you ask everybody what their wildest dreams are, not one is going to sound like the other.
Yep.
That means there's enough for everybody to have everything that they want to have. So that means that you ain't gonna worry about everybody else doing their thing, or if there's going to be space for you or a place for you. How could you question that if that's saying, like, is there going to be a place for God?
Yeah.
Well, of course. Well, the answer is, of course. We're multidimensional. We will all fit.
And the thing is, once it's all said and done, I mean, look at how memory works. You only remember what that's what I was thinking about the idea of what's real and what's not. You only remember good time or bad time. That's only what becomes real. It's whatever you remember from that experience. That's why if you make it shitty, well, guess what you're gonna remember is shitty. When you integrate it, it's shitty. So for the sake of that, I mean, make it dope. Like, might as well.
Well, the thing is you're making it no matter what.
Yes.
Exactly.
If you want it to be shitty, cool, it'll be that. Like, listen, you in control. Like, bro, how many times are we gonna talk about this? Yeah, how much time are we gonna talk about like being gods and stuff till y'all realize that being a god has nothing to do with what religion says God is. It literally has nothing to do with that. Being a god is understanding the attributes of that said God, omnipresence, omniscience. And so having that power means you decide what this experience on this side, what the experience on the other side gonna be. You are the author of all of it, good and bad. So my thing is, when it's bad, it's somebody else's fault. When it's good, you did it. So we're not gonna operate like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? The devil, these demons keep coming and messing up my life. But when something good happens, it's I worked really hard to do that. I manifested my way out of that. No, it's both. Like, you know what I'm saying? And because you don't know that because you don't understand the framework of this experience, which is what we're going to get into in the event, you don't see your responsibility in it to create your own reality within something that's not really real. Let's just say your own experience within this.
And I'm going to get into that one at the event.
Or simulation. Yeah. Right.
Responsibility is a big word.
It's a huge word.
It's taken so far out of what it means. It's such a triggering word because when it's been given to us, especially younger, It's
Mhm.
been fed to us with duty and obligation and boundaries and
And negativity.
restrictions and
Mhm.
negativity,
Mhm.
but it's
Disempowerment.
simply your ability to respond.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then you know what?
Yeah.
For once, I mean, use the illusion to your
The
advantage.
advantage. Yep.
Come on,
Yep.
like just at least do that, because
Believe it.
you're only going to be left with what that experience was at the end anyway. Which, by definition, that's the only really real things you once you're gone.
Can I
Anyway,
ask?
the rest, whatever.
Can I ask this question? And this is obviously a rhetorical question for everybody listening. If you don't like your experience, what do you stand to lose by trying to change it?
Right.
Real.
You don't lose what. It can't get worse than it already is.
Right. If you're miserable right now, like what's the worst is going to happen? You're going to get
What,
more
like,
miserable.
Right?
Like
you know what I'm
you're
saying?
already
Like,
there. Like
you're already there, and you put yourself there. You put
right.
Rock
yourself
bottom.
there. So you put yourself there. So why not? But this is why I'm off the whole be realistic stuff, or
Yeah.
or you still human? No, I'm not still human. I'm playing the part of a human. Like, we gotta stop. We literally have to change the way we think about this entire
Yeah.
experience.
Limiting language, right?
It,
Yeah.
it all of that's got to go, because if you only think you're human, you'll always find an excuse not to be more than human. Like,
But then that's because you think low of humans, not
human, yeah.
because being human is actually a flawed thing.
Right. Because
And the
that's like
thing is,
baked into the statement when most people use
correct.
it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
That it's
Well,
like
hey,
you
it's
you
like
know
you
this shit that
overload.
I did,
you
this,
you
I'm
can
only
Yeah,
human. It's
That
like,
goes
I'm
back
only
to
human.
actually,
that's not
Corey.
all humans are.
you
Okay.
kind
Well,
of you
exactly,
kind
and
of
that's the
came
least of
for
what
human
humans are.
experience. I
Right.
mean, that was the whole point of this.
Well, it goes right back to what
But
Corey was
you,
saying
the
before about
true
the
you is not a human. That's my
right.
point. Is the
Mm.
Yeah.
true you is not a human. It's the true you is existing in several different realms. The true you is alien. The true you is a god. The true you is in every single one of the 12 realms that we experiencing. So if that's the case, you aren't just a human, and you
I,
and so to and I'm gonna finish with this. To
yeah.
to 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 do what you're trying to do, you're gonna have to step out of being just a human. I'm sorry. That's what it's
All
gonna
right.
take.
All right, we're gonna have to leave it on this cliffhanger.
Oh,
So
sorry about that.
it's all right. We're right about time right now. We gotta
Okay.
head over to
Sorry.
something else. So just thank you to everyone that's here. Reminder: we are live on Sunday, the Great Unlock, 2 p.m. Eastern. Do the own conversions because this time change has messed everything up. So, but 2 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. The registration link is in the description. And we look forward to seeing you there. We're going to pick
Yeah,
up
hope to see
right where
all of you
Corey
there.
left it off.
Come
So
on
this
down.
was that was the cliffhanger for today.
Yeah.
So
Hey, y'all
Hey,
come. Hey,
everyone.
please be there, bro. Please
please be
be
there.
there, because honestly, this ain't for us. It's for y'all.
Yeah.
I,
Do you know, I'm going to say that, like, the back and forth we've had,
mhm,
like, the questions that are posed by the community as
mhm,
well,
mhm.
the suggestions that are posed by the community have been just as helpful to one another as
Correct.
the answers that we provide, the talks that we have. It's
Oh,
like, it's
absolutely.
not just more paneling. This is
Yep.
like,
Yep.
let's talk. You got a question?
Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
show
Let's
up, ask
pick
Correct.
your
this
question.
apart.
There's a
Correct.
reason you have that question and you feel
Correct.
compelled to ask it.
Correct.
No matter how you may think it's silly or whatever, come to the event and ask it.
And a
Ask
lot of
it.
Be
people running
surprised.
around everywhere looking for the answer to something that's right there. And the only thing
Yeah.
stopping you is what? Money? Like, bruh.
You know what? People don't really want to tell you the real about
Yeah.
things, which
Yeah.
is all gonna depend on the decision you make, on
Mm,
also the beliefs you hold. So if you don't believe this going to help you because you're still hanging on to beliefs, then by all means, don't come. That's
no. Yeah.
understandable.
I understand it.
And respond to that reality.
Yeah.
However, if you know that is for you, but somewhat you're scared, or you still operate from a place of fear, then I will tell you, you know
This
what?
is where you
Ask
need to be
yourself,
at. Hmm.
the better you, would they just remain in that state, or would they just shift for
Correct.
that instance?
All right, that's
This
it.
is
For real.
I
We
know.
can't
All right,
give
yeah.
it no more, Amanda.
We're gonna have to.
Yeah.
For real.
We're gonna have to end it for today. So thank you, though.
Bye, everyone.
Man, bye
See you
everyone.
Bye-bye.